reopen your camera?
Okay. Yeah, all good now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's okay. So,
Okay. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
ma'am, I'm doing great. And what's about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well too. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am. So, ma'am, we should talk on the topic. So, can we talk on the topic?
Yeah, we can. Do you want to put an introduction first?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So shall I
Okay.
introduce myself?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. My name is Shanta. I work as a spoken English trainer. I live in Karnataka. And recently I started a YouTube channel, which is 4 months old, and it's English with Shanta. I usually upload conversations on my channel. So that's all about me.
That's great, ma'am. So, ma'am, I should talk myself, okay? So, my name is Suniti Kumari and I am from Jharkhand as I am reading class 8 and I have 5 members in my family. And I have 3 siblings, 1 me and 2 small brothers. And my hobby is to listen music and singing and to learn English. That's all about me, ma'am.
Okay, then you have to say, no, I'm studying in class 8. You're saying I'm reading in class 8, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You should say I'm studying. Studying is different than reading.
Ma'am, so what is the difference between studying and reading? I am not knowing.
Yeah, studying is like you are doing it academically, right? You are studying for school or something. Reading is just reading a book randomly.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, ma'am, do you think like time is very important to us in our life?
Yes, definitely. Time is like money. Like if the time passes away, you won't be able to get it back. So time is very important for us.
Yes, ma'am. Time is very important for us because if like money, if we are spending the monies, then it will means like we are earning monies, we are spending monies. But when we waste our time once, then it will never comes again. If we are
Correct.
wasting yes, ma'am. If we are wasting time, so it will never comes again. And if we are wasting our times on something, so we will feel regret in ourselves only that why we have wasted our time. Why we should do the things. We should do the things on the time. And if we feel regret, like we should not have like we have passed our time and we are not doing anything. So that's why time is very important for us.
Yes, time has to be utilized constructively. It has to be useful. Whatever you are doing, it has to add some meaning, some value to your life. Then that is like you have to utilize your time that way. And money, if you lose your money or you spend too much, it is going to come back. You're going to work for it and you're going to earn it. But time is something which you will never come back. That is permanently gone.
Yes, ma'am. And also, we should not waste the times on the other things. Like, if we are studying the time, then we have to set up a timetable for all the things. Because if we are wasting our times, like if we are wasting our times in one subject, like whole day we have done, but we are not studying the other subjects. So these type of things we can waste our time. So we should be like we should follow their timetables. We should follow on the timetables, and then we can easily to be a success person because the time needs to because time is very important for us to be a success person. And if we are wasting our time, then we can't do anything. We feel like we are nothing. I can't do anything in our life. So that's why time is very important for us. And if we are maintaining the timetable, so it is also very important.
Yes, it is important. That is why even schools have this timetable, right? Which period, which subject you will be having. So they have a timetable, like 40 minutes of this. It equals like, only not only about studies, but they give you time for like PT. Do you have some PT, right? Where you exercise or you play. So they have periods of that also. And some schools are also having extracurricular activities like a music class or something. So that is why they have their timetable. At this time, you can be prepared for it, and likewise you can manage your books and everything. So that is why timetable is given in school also.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. And ma'am, I want to ask one question that if we are not maintaining our times, if we are wasting our time, so what will happen to the person if they are wasting our time?
Like if you have to, if somebody is working, so they have to give priority to their work. Sometimes if like wasting time is something like you just scroll random reels on the phone and you're wasting your time. But for some time it is okay because you need some change, right? So you need some change and you need to do something that refreshes your mind. For that some amount of time it is okay. But if you're not productive, it is not going to help you in your life. You can't go ahead in your life. And if you have a goal, you want to achieve a goal, you won't be able to do it if you waste your time.
Yes, ma'am, you are right. And yeah, and like we think in ourselves that we have to scroll the reels like 15 minutes. But when it passed, we are also not knowing. So that's why this type of wastage, we can say that we are wasting our time. And if we are free, then we can also play. But we are only scrolling the reels, we are wasting, and our eyes will be also damaged through that
Yeah.
phone we are using, and we will also feel like headache. So that's why if we are maintaining the times in a good way and in a good manner, so we can easily be a successful person. And if we are only focusing on the phones, if we are scoring the reels, so that's why it will not good for us, because it will also damage our health. And if we are there is also timetable for a studying purpose, for eating, for
Mhm.
sleep, and for playing, then it is good for us. And if we are doing
Yes.
only things, then it is not good, because it can also damage our health.
Yes, yes. Too much of studying, too much of playing, too much of screen time. Nothing is good when it is too much. When everything is regulated, everything will help you.
Yes, ma'am, you are right.
Mm.
So, ma'am, I want to ask that is should person should follow their timetable? Means on the holiday or for other free time, they should follow their timetable or not?
Yes, during like you have to set your own schedule. If you want to have a off on Sunday, it is okay to not follow anything and be relaxed because everybody needs to relax for one day. So, but when they are working or during the weekdays, everybody has work, right? So, according to time, they have to do. When they're supposed to do the work, they have to do. When they have nothing to do, then they can do some time pass. And one day, I think they need to have an off, or they shouldn't restrict themselves like this is time I have to do this. But one thing that you have to do according to time is having your food. So, like, you have to set a specific time for your food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that is the most important thing according to me. But I know a lot of people who eat at random times, but that it's up to them. But I would say health wise, it is important that you eat food at the right time every day.
Yes, ma'am, you are right. And ma'am, also I want to ask one question that if they are only wasting the times on the visiting, they are not paying attention on the education purpose. If they are only visiting, so how they can manage it?
What do you mean by visiting?
Means if they are only visiting, they don't want to study, and so
So
what
simply they are
impact?
going to school, but they are not studying.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Hmm.
What will feel themselves?
Yeah, but they won't be able to have a proper career, right? They need to be serious with studies. Maybe during the younger days, I wouldn't say this is that important until high school or 10th standard, but 10th standard has been taken into account further in your lives, right? Whenever you go for an interview or something, 10th, 12th, and your graduation results, they will be taken into consideration. So before that, what you are, it's basically, you have to study it because then you will be able to prove to the interviewer that you have done something consistently. You have gone to school all these years and you have a good track record and you did not do it for like a lot of time. So maybe graduation, some person does it for 4 5 years. If it is for 3 years, they do it for 4 5 years because they're not able to clear all the subjects. So that will give a black remark in your interviews or when you want to grow further in your life. So it is high time that you have to be serious. At least after you reach high school, it is important that you have to be serious with your studies. Because now maybe you won't realize it, but your future will be dark. But I've seen a lot of people who were not very intelligent in school, but they did very good in their higher studies, like in PU or graduation. But going to school and at least having basic knowledge is important.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I want to ask one more question that only school education is good, or for other education is also good. Means only they are learning their syllabus is good, or for the other environment for learning is good.
No, I think it depends on the person's interest. If they're interested in studies, so they have to be very good in it. They can pursue studies, no issues with that. But I would also say you need something to refresh your mind, right? So only studies, at least have one hobby which you will take seriously. Maybe singing, dancing, or whatever. You should have one at least side option for you other than studies. If you are good in anything or if you're passionate about anything, because now career has been widened a lot, right? It is not only about doctors and engineers anymore. Even artists are earning good. Everybody is earning good now. So whatever you do, you have to be very good in it. Whatever interest you have. But education is like studies is like the basic thing which everybody should have. Other than that, they can learn whatever they want to.
Yes, ma'am, you are right. Ma'am, do you have
Mhm.
any question for me?
Yeah, you tell me about your opinion.
Ma'am,
Like,
I thought
should what should like if a person just visiting the school and not taking this study seriously, what do you think? I mean, what will happen to that person?
yes, ma'am. From my opinion, I thought like that depend on their person. If they are only visiting if they are visiting and they are paying attention on the visiting purpose and they are not going to a school, they are not going to be educations and they are not learning. Hello,
Yeah, your video is frozen, but I can hear you.
ma'am. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
Now I'm audible?
No, no, your video is still frozen, but I can just hear you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So,
That's
ma'am,
okay.
I
We can
want to
carry
tell
on because I can hear you. Yeah.
it depends on the person that they are focusing on the visiting. If they are only focusing on the visiting, so they are doing a good job also, because if they are visiting, they are knowing about the whole world, they are knowing, they are exploring their knowledge in the whole world, so it is also good. And if they are focusing, if they are not focusing in the education purpose, it is the other way, that but they are going to the whole world, they are visiting, so they are exploring their knowledge and they are knowing something through visiting. So I thought like that if they are visiting, it is also good. And if they are not studying, he will or she will feel regret after achieving their goals. They will not do anything in their life, then they will feel regret that why I should not study, why I haven't studied. Like I thought like that, ma'am, visiting also important, but education is also important to the persons, because it is apart from the visiting purpose and we should focus on the study purpose now.
Mm, correct. And is so like, should they be serious only about studies, or they should have more knowledge about other things also?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No,
ma'am,
that
can
was my question. Mhm.
yes, ma'am, pardon please.
No, no, I was asking you, should a person be serious only about his studies, or should he have knowledge about everything else?
I thought like he should or she should about the knowledge of whole the world. If they're only focusing on the school syllabus, if they are only learning one things, they will be not be a success. They should not know they should gain the knowledge from the other things, from the other people, or from the other environment. If they will be feel like they are gaining knowledge from the everywhere, then they can easily be a successful person. And if they are only focusing on the study, if they are only feel like that I should learn the only book, I should only learn the books, then it can't be help to the dead people. I should prefer to dead people, they should learn and they should explore all over the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, any other questions?
No, ma'am, I don't have any question. So can we wrap up our conversation?
Yes, yes, we can. We can. Lovely
So
talking to you. Good luck for your future, for your studies.
thank you so much, ma'am, and I am very happy to meet you. Thank you so much, ma'am. We will meet in next session, or we will meet our in the next session.
Okay. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Okay, bye, ma'am. Thank you.